When we think about terror attacks in the UK, most people imagine high-profile incidents in major cities or events that make global headlines. But what many don't realise is that these attacks often strike at the very heart of local communities, shattering the sense of safety and trust that people rely on every day. The recent attack at a Manchester synagogue is a stark reminder of how quickly peace can be disrupted and how deeply such violence can affect not just the immediate victims, but entire neighbourhoods, faith groups, and even the national psyche. It's a chilling wake-up call that the threat of terrorism is not just a distant headline, but something that can touch the lives of ordinary people in the most unexpected places. For many, the idea that a place of worship, a sanctuary meant for reflection, prayer, and community, could become the scene of such horror is almost unthinkable. Yet, this is the new reality that communities across the UK and indeed the world must grapple with. Tonight, we're exposing the facts behind the Manchester synagogue tragedy, a story that has sent shockwaves through the city and beyond. This isn't just another headline. It's a moment that has left families grieving, communities shaken, and authorities scrambling for answers. The impact of this attack has rippled far beyond the synagogue's walls, touching people of all backgrounds and beliefs. It's a story that demands not only our attention, but our empathy and our resolve to stand together in the face of hate. Here's what really happened and why it matters. On a quiet evening, as worshippers gathered for prayers, the peace was shattered by a violent attack. Police rushed to the scene after frantic calls reported chaos and bloodshed inside the synagogue. The response was immediate. Sirens blaring, emergency lights flashing, and officers sprinting towards danger, determined to protect those inside. In those critical moments, every second counted. The bravery of first responders cannot be overstated. They put their own lives on the line, not knowing what dangers awaited them inside. Their swift action was a testament to the dedication and courage of emergency services who train for the worst, but always hope never to face it. The first emergency calls came in just after 8 p.m, with terrified voices describing scenes of panic and confusion. Dispatchers worked quickly to coordinate a response, sending multiple units to the scene within minutes. For those inside the synagogue, every second felt like an eternity as they waited for help to arrive. The sense of helplessness and fear was overwhelming as families huddled together, unsure if they would make it out alive. The professionalism and calm of the emergency call handlers played a crucial role in those early moments, guiding people to safety and ensuring that help was on the way. At least 2 people lost their lives in the attack, and several others were left with serious injuries. Paramedics worked tirelessly to stabilize the wounded, carrying them out on stretchers and providing life-saving care right outside the synagogue's doors. The scene was chaotic, with cries for help echoing through the night. For the families of the victims, the pain is unimaginable, a sudden senseless loss that will leave scars for years to come. The medical teams, too, will carry the weight of what they witnessed, as they did everything in their power to save lives under the most harrowing circumstances. As the immediate threat was contained, investigators began the painstaking process of collecting evidence. Every detail mattered. Footprints, fingerprints, and eyewitness accounts would all play a crucial role in piecing together what happened and why. Forensic teams worked methodically, knowing that even the smallest clue could be the key to understanding the attacker's motives and methods. The process is slow and meticulous, but it's essential for building a case and ensuring that justice is served. Authorities responded quickly, locking down the area and launching an urgent investigation. Streets were cordoned off and police erected barricades to keep the public safe and preserve the crime scene. The sense of urgency was palpable as officers worked through the night to secure evidence and interview witnesses. The entire neighborhood was transformed, with flashing lights and police tape replacing the usual quiet of a Manchester evening. Residents watched anxiously from their windows, struggling to process the reality of what had just happened in their midst. According to witnesses, chaos broke out just after evening prayers. People described a sudden eruption of violence, with worshippers scrambling for cover and others rushing to help the injured. The fear and confusion were overwhelming, as no one knew if the danger had truly passed. In the aftermath, many struggled to make sense of what they had seen, replaying the events in their minds and searching for answers that may never come. The trauma of that night will linger, affecting not only those who were present but the entire community. Survivors have spoken of the terror they felt in those moments, and the courage of those who risked their own safety to protect others. Family members embraced outside the synagogue, grateful to be reunited, while police officers did their best to comfort traumatized children and adults alike. The stories emerging from that night are both heartbreaking and inspiring. Tales of ordinary people showing extraordinary bravery, of strangers helping strangers, and of a community coming together in the face of unimaginable adversity. Security personnel and police confronted the attacker within minutes, but the damage was already done. Their swift action likely prevented further loss of life, but the scars left by the violence will take much longer to heal. The attacker's motives are still under investigation, but what's clear is that the intent was to sow fear and division. Yet in the aftermath, what we've seen is a community refusing to be broken, a determination to stand together, to support one another, and to reject the hatred that fueled this act. Community members described scenes of fear and confusion as families sought safety and tried to help the wounded. In the aftermath, neighbors opened their doors to those in need, offering shelter, food, and comfort to anyone affected by the tragedy. Acts of kindness and solidarity have become a lifeline for many, reminding us all that even in the darkest moments, humanity can shine through. Volunteers have organized meal deliveries, local businesses have offered support, and mental health professionals have stepped up to provide counseling for those struggling to cope. Local leaders and faith representatives quickly came together, urging calm and unity. Volunteers organized support networks, providing counseling and practical help to those struggling to cope with the trauma. Interfaith groups have played a vital role, standing shoulder to shoulder in solidarity and sending a powerful message that hate will not divide us. The response from the wider community has been overwhelming, with people from all walks of life offering their support and standing up against intolerance. UK police have officially declared this a terrorist incident. This designation means that the attack is being treated as an act of violence intended to intimidate or coerce a community, and it triggers a national-level response involving counter-terrorism units and intelligence agencies. The decision to classify the attack as terrorism is not taken lightly. It reflects the seriousness of the threat and the need for a coordinated, robust response. It also sends a clear message that such acts will not be tolerated and that every resource will be brought to bear to bring those responsible to justice. Counter-terrorism officers are now working around the clock to determine whether the attacker acted alone or as part of a larger network. Intelligence analysts are combing through data, looking for any signs of related threats or potential accomplices. The investigation is complex and far-reaching, involving not just local police but national and international agencies. Every lead is being followed, every piece of evidence scrutinized, as authorities work to ensure that no stone is left unturned in the search for answers. In response, security has been increased at places of worship throughout the country. Police are conducting extra patrols, and security checks have become routine at synagogues, churches, and mosques. Government officials are urging anyone with information to come forward, emphasizing that community vigilance is key to preventing future attacks. Faith leaders are working closely with law enforcement to reassure their congregations and to ensure that everyone feels safe attending services and community events. The government has condemned the attack in the strongest possible terms. The Home Secretary and Prime Minister have both addressed the nation, promising to support the victims and ensure that justice is served. Political leaders from across the spectrum have visited Manchester, standing in solidarity with the affected community. Their presence is a reminder that in times of crisis, unity and compassion must prevail over division and fear. The government has also pledged additional resources for security and support services. recognizing the need for both immediate action and long-term healing. The UK has experienced similar tragedies before, and each time communities have shown resilience and unity. Candlelight vigils have sprung up across the country, with people of all backgrounds coming together to mourn the victims and reject hatred in all its forms. These gatherings are more than just symbolic. They are a powerful demonstration of collective resolve, a way for people to express their grief, their anger, and their hope for a better future. The message is clear. We will not be divided by acts of terror. The Jewish community and people across Manchester are coming together, lighting candles and supporting the victims' families. Messages of support have poured in from around the world, reminding everyone that love and solidarity are stronger than fear. Community centers have opened their doors for memorial services, and local organizations are raising funds to help those affected. The outpouring of compassion has been a source of comfort and strength, showing that even in the face of tragedy, the bonds of community can withstand any test. On social media, the hashtag Manchester Strong is trending, as people share stories of heroism, resilience, and hope. Digital memorials have been set up, allowing people everywhere to pay their respects and offer condolences. The online community has become a vital space for healing and connection, with thousands sharing messages of support, personal reflections, and calls for unity. In a world where news travels fast and emotions run high, these digital spaces provide a way for people to come together, even when they are physically apart. Our thoughts are with those affected by this horrific event. The pain is real, but so is the determination to heal and rebuild. As Manchester mourns, the world watches and stands with them. The journey ahead will not be easy, but with compassion, resilience, and unity, the community will find a way forward. The memory of those lost will not be forgotten, and their legacy will be one of hope, not hate. In the days ahead, police and community leaders will continue their outreach, working to reassure the public and prevent further violence. Safety workshops are being held at schools and places of worship, teaching people how to stay vigilant and respond in emergencies. These efforts are about more than just security. They are about rebuilding trust, restoring a sense of safety, and empowering people to look out for one another. The lessons learned from this tragedy will shape the way communities prepare for and respond to threats in the future. For more updates on breaking news and in-depth analysis, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. We'll continue to bring you the latest developments as this story unfolds, and we invite you to join the conversation. Your voice matters, and together we can shine a light on the stories that shape our world. Stay informed, stay engaged, and help us build a community that stands for truth, justice, and compassion. How do you think communities can stay safe in times like these? What steps can we all take to support each other and prevent hate from taking root? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, together, we are stronger. In moments of crisis, it's our shared humanity that will see us through. By reaching out, listening, and standing up for one another, we can build a future where everyone feels safe, valued, and respected.